Nice. Welcome to episode 157 of the Bench Time Podcast with Todd and Brett Wiley, where we belch on our microphones.
I didn't know you were starting.
That was an open microphone when you did it.
Great.
I ain't cutting that out. That's staying in there. That one came from deep within. Well, welcome to the highest quality show on the internet where we burp directly in our microphones.
Oh my God, what's wrong with us? So what's going on, man?
Oh,
What's new with you? What the hell is that in my box?
I don't know.
What? I don't know. I gotta find out. What the hell that is? Oh, I know what it is now.
Okay. So,
Anyhow.
yeah. So,
we're back on and doing our show.
We do have one announcement before we get started. My dad and I are going to be recording this week and next week.
Yep.
And then from Christmas and New Year's, we're going to take a 2-week break. So you're going to get an episode.
The first time in 157. Actually, that'll be 158 episodes.
You're going to get a little bit of a. What was that?
We want a little holiday time for us and not have to worry about the podcast for 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks, and then we'll be back. We got some guests lined up in January. Some great guests, of course. And then, we're just going to take a break.
For
Christmas and New Year's. Hey, come on, man. Give us that. And
it is what it is. You'll survive for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back ready to go and recharged. So
right, because we record this thing on Wednesday, and that'll be the 23rd, or sometimes we wait. Like this week, it's Thursday, so that's the 24th. I don't want to be on Christmas Eve recording this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to be busy with family, and on both weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a break.
That's it. That's all there is. Yeah. We're just going to take a
no biggie
2-week siesta. I'm going to go get my. I'm going to go down to
Mexico. Just like
I'm going to go to Mexico, get a little tan, come back, be ready to go.
Right. If you need a fix, there's 158 episodes to go back to and listen to.
Well,
for a couple weeks.
It is what it is. We'll be back in the beginning of the year.
Right.
No big deal. Exactly. We'll see you on the other side. But we will have an episode next week as well, so don't worry about that.
Right.
Yeah, so this week we're going to go through and talk about what is on our wish lists of things we want. Kind of the Christmas episode. Everyone's got a wish list.
Right.
And then we're going to talk about what we're working on and probably go over some music we're listening to because I had some interesting music on today.
Okay.
We're just going to have a good old damn time.
Christmas talk. Today we're going to do a little Christmas talk. We're going to talk about what's on the bench and have a good old damn time. No, I don't really have anything for the bullhorn, unless you do. Hey, man, if you haven't figured out what you're getting right now for the holidays for somebody or whatever,
hey,
that's on you. Yeah.
If you're looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one.
What's that?
I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss. I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head, and I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no good, rotten, flashing, low-life, snake-clicking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
That was good. That's a classic.
I'm sorry, I had to say it. I was watching that the other night.
Yeah, that's definitely a classic, man.
Oh man, dude, that movie. I could watch that movie 6,000 times.
Yep, and you never get sick of it.
My favorite. Oh man, my favorite. Let's go on a little rant with Christmas Vacation, because I think everyone's families. When you watch that movie, you could be like, "That's a guy in my family." There's a guy. That guy is part of my family.
Yep. My
favorite part of the, I don't know. I can't say favorite because they're all too good. But I'd rank one of my favorite parts of the vacation movie, Christmas Vacation, is the scene with the sled.
Oh yeah.
And Clark's
he starts kicking it.
No. No, the sled when Clark sprays that oil on the bottom of it, and Eddie goes, "Hey, Clark, I don't know about that. I got that government-issued plate in my head. Last thing I need to do is dent that thing."
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I gotta say, we have a cousin. In our family has a cousin Eddie. So
every family has it.
Yeah, definitely. And so you can totally relate with that person.
Every family's can relate to all of those people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All those people.
There's just so many. Like that movie. What's your favorite part of that movie?
Boy, I have to say, it's the squirrel in the tree and then running out and jumping over.
Do you hear that? No, I hear that. It's like a... You couldn't hear a garbage truck jumping through a nitroglycerin plant.
I like that part, and I like when he blows the tree up.
Like old guy stands there and lights that cigar in front of the tree.
Yep, that's one of my favorites. Yep, definitely.
I like the other one where they're looking for the Christmas tree, and Audrey's eyes freeze open. Audrey, Clark's like, "Kids, isn't this just a wonderful time?" And he looks over at Audrey, and her eyes are frozen. I forget what he says, but his wife was like, "Clark, her eyes are frozen. She hasn't blinked in hours."
I think one of my favorite things that's is when the one woman, the older lady, a great aunt, comes in and she has the cat in a box.
Oh yeah,
and she packed the cat in a package.
And Clark, Rusty's walking through the kitchen and he's like, "Mom, the box is meowing," and it's like shaking. Dude, that whole movie is that whole movie is just
classic. They don't make them like that no more. They don't. They simply don't. Yeah, they're just not that good anymore. When you think about it, let's think about this. We had that and planes and trains and automobiles. Remember Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Yeah.
And they had all those movies from back then. There was a whole mess of them, and they were just awesome. Uncle Buck and they had Summer Rental. All those movies that were put out back in the 80s and 90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
They're not. They don't do them anymore.
They don't
make them like that anymore. It's not the same. And maybe that's part of Americana. We
don't need to go down that route with.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, maybe we need a little of that kind of humor in this world.
I love the Christmas movies, though, man. My other favorite one we were watching on it was when cousin Eddie's drinking that, or Uncle Eddie's drinking that eggnog.
Yeah.
And Clark comes up and he's like, "Can I refill your eggnog? Get you something to eat?" And he said something like, a mumbled. He's like, "Drive you out in the middle of nowhere and leave you for dead?" Oh my God. That movie so perfectly captures the tension of families at Christmas. Like it's so perfect.
Yep. Yep.
Anyways, man.
Anyways, moving on. So we did some work here this weekend, and are we going to talk about what we did?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'll start. And we had I did one of just for fun, started up Friday and finished it up on Sunday. I did only a little bit on Friday, but did a lot of the work mostly on Sunday and a little on Saturday. It was a Foscale Models Kit of the Month Club, and it was the ice cream parlor. It was an ice cream stand, or shack. It was an ice cream called the Cone Shack.
Yep. And
I built that, and I had so much fun with it. I don't know why. I guess it's because the whole time you're building it, it has that nostalgia to it. It's like an ice cream shack, where you would go in the summertime and take your family and get ice cream in the evening and on a warm summer evening.
Yeah.
And or an afternoon, whatever. It's reminiscent of that to me. And so I guess while I was building it, I actually was looking at it like that, and I was having fun. I was having fun building it. It was very creative. It's fresh. It's a fresh kind of thing. that we, every town's got something like that, right? But no, nobody models that, So it's really, I really love that kind of design. There's several that he has out like that. I had a lot of fun. It was an easy to put together build. I tried to make it as much as possible look like what it did, and I know a lot of you are probably cringing when you hear that, but because I loved what I saw. To me, I'm one of those modelers, we've talked about that before, is I see the photo and I say, I want to buy that model. Then I get it, and I'm like, I liked it because I saw the photo. I want that on my layout. I want it like that. Now don't get me wrong. Me. I change them up from time to time, and I change the color schemes and things.
Yeah.
But this one in particular, because it was so cool and unique, I wanted to paint it as it was. And I like I said, that was a true lot of fun. The whole one section of it's like an ice cream cone in the front. It goes right up through the roof, and the top of the cone of the ice cream is above the roof.
It just reminds you of, and I'm not like from that. I'm not from the olden times like you are, but
it's 70s, 70s and 80s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
But even when I was younger, like older ice cream places like Davis's Ice Cream, remember that?
Yeah.
It wasn't looking like that.
Love that place.
But it reminds you of older places like that when you were younger and kind of have that nostalgia. Now, I was from a different time than you, but I think, the early 90s, I caught the tail end of like that 80s kind of chintzier looking places like that.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't just the 80s. I mean, those kind of places existed way back in the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, back in the 1800s.
Well, no, they had
kidding.
Ice cream places back then, and they were just it's cool.
Yeah, no, I
had a lot of fun with it. I recreated it the best I could.
The thing I like the most about your ice cream shop is the way you weathered it. Makes it look like it, maybe it's been around for 30 years, and they do enough to keep it looking nice, but there's just a little bit of wear showing. Yeah, and they need to maybe do some work, Yeah, but it still looks like the health department's not shutting it down, but it's still, needs a little work. Right, but they may inspect it a little more often. Yeah. Right. So, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and it made me, I had a lot of fun with that. Nice. So, what about you? Well, I'm working on the Last Chance Gas from Crescent Creek Models that we were so kindly given, and this is a fun kit, man. I did the stucco on the outside. I'm gonna kind of try and paint it to the colors that are on the kit, because Jake and Dave explained in the instructions for that kit from Crescent Creek that typically these style gas stations were either painted with a red or green theme trim. And they went into explaining why and the history of those, kind of a short history of those brands and the color schemes for those buildings. So it was cool. Like, it's not just like you got a gas station and that's the color it is on the box. They explained why they chose those colors in it. So they said, like, well, Conoco or Texaco gas stations back then typically use these color schemes, and those guys do a lot of research for all those things that they build. So I kind of want to stick to a historically accurate color scheme. Yeah. So I just did the green trim around the bottom, the green paint line around the bottom of the building, and then I'm gonna finish the rest of it up here probably tonight and tomorrow. But it's a cool little building. I mean, it's a little different because you have to put the stucco on the outside, and I stuccoed the whole thing. And actually, they sent me a scale stucco that also came with it, which I have like enough to do probably 10 more buildings or more with it of stucco now. And when that stuff dries, man, it's awesome. It looks like stucco. It's acrylic. It looks amazing. It's an acrylic product, and it dries really quick. And you can paint it the same night. And that came with the kit. Well, no, you need to purchase it separately from them. Okay. But we got it. Yeah, yeah. But it doesn't come. I don't think it comes with the kit. It's like $5. And then the kit itself.
And what's it called again? Want to share that again?
What, the kit or the stucco?
No, the stucco.
It's just Crescent Creek Models scale stucco.
Okay. They sell the stucco separately.
They sell their own stucco.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it doesn't come with I don't think it comes with the kit.
Okay. Anyhow,
I may be wrong, but I don't think it does. But anyways, and then what the cool thing is, they throw in 3 or 4 different brands for the gas station. So you can have a Conoco, a Texaco, or I'm not even going to try to pronounce this one, Frigoline gas.
I heard of that.
If you're not fueling with Frigoline, you don't know beans. That's the tagline. That might be made up. I'm not sure. I like that one the best, actually, because I just read the tagline for the first time, and I love it. If you're not fueling with Frigoline, you don't know beans. I think that's going to be the one I put on the building. Just because that's the funniest tagline I've read. I didn't even see that till just now. I love that. But, this is kind of that old Americana style building, Route 66 looking, something you'd think, you'd see on the Vacation movie when they're break down in the middle of the desert, Yep.
So,
I'm going to finish that one up here probably between tonight and tomorrow night. There's a lot of detail parts with it, so gas pumps and lighting and stuff. And then in addition to that, I'm also building that scratch build on that corner of the layout that we really didn't. It was like a hill before, and we painted it brown. We didn't really know what to do with that hill, so I cut out more foam, but just a little section, and I actually built a building that will be built into the side of the hill. We're using. Well, you were down here and you saw it.
Yeah.
I kind of cut the pieces and mocked it up with some tape, painter's tape, the sections together. But the building is built into the side of the hill, so it's actually
the back end of it's off the curve.
Right. The 2 stories up will be a door that leads to a road 2 stories high, and then on the low end it will have another set of overhead doors down low right along the track side, and it'll be like loading dock doors. And I'm not sure what type of business it's going to be. I'm also using the Monster Model Works bonded warehouse and storage background kit. I cut it down. Rather than making it into a background kit, I cut it down, and I'm actually going to use it as it's not quite as long as it was originally intended to be, but I kind of cut it in half, and I turned it into a 4-sided structure.
Nice.
So that's included in my scratch build, so it's kind of called I'm going to call it a scratch bash kit.
Yeah.
And
that whole road looks cool.
Yeah, it'll be neat. And I cut a road into the side of the hill. I totally changed the side of that hill that otherwise would have just had to have been covered with rocks and grass. So instead of covering it with just terrain and filling it in there, I just turned it into a multi-level scene. So it actually was a better use of space. It just ended up being a better use of space.
It looks good. It's gonna be one of those things that pops off that side of the hill.
It's a cool transition between the lower end and that top part of the city, because the building transcends all 3 levels.
And this way it doesn't have to all be,
rocks and hill.
Dirt and landscape. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I would actually have less of that. So I'm trying to find ways to have less of that. And this building, if it were up on the top, would be a tall-ass building, one of our taller buildings. But because of the way I sunk it into the hill, it actually kind of looks... It's a big building, but it looks smaller because it actually looks smaller than the smaller buildings that are above it. The buildings that are smaller above it on top of the hill look bigger than it because of the way it kind of recesses itself into the hill. But that's kind of the cool, eye trickery that we're playing with that.
Right. And that one corner of your work, you said you were using your 3D printer.
Yeah. I got a story for that.
Yeah. Is it on the tunnel?
The tunnel portal that I printed last night? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you about that.
Yeah.
So, it ain't pretty. I had this is only like the second or third time, but I had a pretty bad failed print. Look, I'll send you a picture real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. I'll snap a pic. It's pretty bad. It's funny. I came down this morning all excited to see this big tunnel portal.
Right.
And it looks like poop. I sent it on Messenger. Like, one half of it looks kick-ass. Like, it turned out awesome. Oh, shit, my picture messed up. The one half turned out really great. The other half, not so much. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. All right, got a good picture. I had to lift the lid up. Wasn't getting a good shot. Yeah, the other half, well, you'll see. So, I set it up, thought had it all good. I re-leveled the plate, did all that, yada, yada. And, man, the one side of the tunnel portal printed fabulous. Turned out great. The other side doesn't even exist. Just vanished into nothing.
Oh, I see. Oh, my gosh.
So,
yeah, it did turn out awesome. Other than the one side missing.
Yeah.
Where'd the other side go?
It stopped. It just didn't print. Well, it failed.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame because it turned the detail on it sweet.
Yeah. Now I think I can actually. I think I'm going to cut like the top of the tunnel portal. I can cut a straight line across and use that as a low wall.
Yeah.
I think I can salvage some of that brick. It won't be 100% waste.
That's cool.
So either way, hey, you live and learn. So
hey, can you pause it real quick?
Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, I mean, live and learn. It'll get better.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I love the detail that it puts out. Now, speaking of which, one of the things on my bench that I'm working on right now since I finished the ice cream parlor was is this 3D printed lobster boat that you printed, and it comes in 3 pieces. You had to print it in 3 separate pieces, and then you put it all together, and I've painted it. It's going to be a white lobster boat. We talked about this. I'm going to put a red stripe along the bottom of the hull. Well, not a red stripe so much as like the lower part of the hull will be red on a straight line across.
Yeah, like the bottom foot of the boat.
Right, exactly. And then I'm going to add a pulley crane to the side and do some lobster traps. But that's what I'm going to be doing this week, and I'm excited about it because the detail you got off the printer was awesome. Yeah, it's got a nice design to it, and it's primered white, so I only had to do a little touch-up stuff, and that's what we. That's what I got going on. I was toying around with it last night when I talked to you on the phone. But it's a very nice printed boat, and you said it costs about how much to print something off?
I don't know. I was estimating probably about 30 cents.
That's cool. So now I have another model boat, a couple model boats that I had to build myself. But this one I want to do just so we can have something that was printed off the printer, the 3D printer, and have it finished, so we can say, hey, you know what? Yeah, we got our first model already completely done and ready to go off the printer.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about this. That's my project this weekend, is to wrap that up and get on something. I have some buildings to work on, but
it's only that's the third lobster boat we printed. We have 3 total boats, and and the first one I printed had a little bit goofy of a roof. The roof was a little wavy, so I printed 2 more. And the other 2 turned out fabulous. It's just that first one was a little wonky, and I'm going to actually turn that into basically like a dry docked, rusted out. The way
boat.
The way it printed is actually would be perfect for a junk boat, like you said, because the parts that got messed up, you could just add some crusted rust deposit on, and it would make sense. It just looks like a hole in the boat.
Oh yeah,
the way it messed up. So it's okay. And like I said, that's probably only the second or so print I've had an issue with.
Yeah, you can't complain.
But I mean, it is what it is. That's why I got it to learn and figure out what I'm doing wrong and right. And there's a lot of forums and great resources online for free that I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
Every time I mess up, I go and look up like what I might have done to mess it up. So same with this tunnel portal. I'm going to try and figure out what I did wrong and print it again. When we get off the podcast here in a little bit, I'm going to try and reprint the tunnel portal because A, we need tunnel portals, and B, it turned out so good. I don't want to just give up and I messed up one side. I don't want to ever do that again. I want to go back and fix that. So
right.
Plus we need tunnel portals. There's also a double tunnel portal, but I don't think it'll print on my tray. My tray's not big enough. So we'll figure that out. But what I was thinking of doing is printing multiple sections of it, like on my 3D printing, on my 3D modeling tool. Take my double wide tunnel portal, and because I need it for the end down near the water. It's not 2 tracks, but it's on a weird curve, so I need a wider tunnel opening.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about slicing it into like 2 or 3 sections to fit on my print plate, and then printing it in sections and gluing it together.
Yeah, it might be a great idea.
But I'll figure that out later once I figure out what happened last night with the epic failure. But yeah, I mean, otherwise that's really what I've been working on. I did rip out that one section of dirt too over the weekend. Remember that when you were here?
Yeah. Right.
We when I first was doing that section, I was trying to blend it with the gas station that you had from Casey's workshop. I forget the name of that gas station, but you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was. Oh shoot! I enjoyed doing that.
It turned out great, but anyways, the scenery you did around that was awesome. And actually, let's talk about this.
Yeah.
You did a great job with it. You built it on that little 1 foot square diorama, and it looks a little more rural. The scenery around it.
Yeah.
So what did you and I decide we were going to do with it? We said
we're going to build a city up around it.
We're going to say screw it. That's going to be the dude that never sold out, and he just kept his old garage, and the whole city grew up around him. And initially, I wasn't going to do that. I was going to kind of blend the scene around him and build it up gradually from that gas station, which didn't really make sense once I started to think about it. Why would there be this big concrete jungle and in this one little section with all this dirt?
Well, there wouldn't be.
I know. So unless you did a countryside, if we had a more rural layout, that'd make more sense. But this doesn't. It didn't make sense to have that big of a dirt area.
Right.
So I ripped all the dirt out, covered it in Durham's, and it's probably dry enough now. But I'm gonna repaint it, make it a concrete. Goober's Garage. That's what it was.
Goober's Garage. Casey's workshop.
It's a cool little cinder block building.
Yep.
Laser cut cinder block. But anyways, the whole thing around it is going to be concrete. We're going to put a big giant building right beside it, and it's going to look like that old stubborn ass old guy that never sold out, never developed his lot in the city, and the whole city grew up around.
I'm not giving in.
Yeah, he's that crotchety old man, and he never gave in, and he has his old garage lot right in the middle of the city, just stuck right in the middle of the city. So that's going to be the story of that little garage.
Yeah, I like that. We'll build the city up around him.
He refused, as the city developed and expanded, he refused to let his property go and sell it.
There's a patch of grass out there with a toilet in it. There is, man. We have an old, rickety, old, rusted out toilet in the yard.
But
piles of tires and all kinds of crap.
I think that story makes sense when it's logical. Like, it's just a crotchety old guy, and he never wanted to develop. He didn't want to sell. He just left it there, and it's a gas station that was stuck in time.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I like to model?
What?
Sometimes I just thought about that. I'd like to model a building that's like half demolished.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And like.
Not half constructed.
Pipes are sticking out of the walls.
Not half constructed.
Half demolished.
Yeah.
Or half whatever. Just condemned and it just rotted away. You got like a section of wall standing, and there'll be like a bathtub hanging in the air or a sink, off the side of the wall, and some pipes and rebar and shit like that. I want to try and build something like that. You know, I think that might be fun.
That would be great.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. And and what city doesn't have that? No matter what era.
There's current cities that have that.
Oh, there's a lot. There's probably more of it now than there ever was.
But I think that's a cool little
thing. Down to Philadelphia sometimes.
Now here's the thing: you can buy kits that are like that, but they don't look right.
Yeah.
You can buy plastic kits that are like, oh, derelict building, but they don't quite look like disheveled enough. No. You almost you just need to do it on your own.
Yeah, you do. So I'm going to find a way to do that. You know, I just kind of want to do.
Well, it'll be tricky because on the exposed section, you're going to have to build like the lumber, like the like the floor.
Well, unless I'm making a brick. I was thinking about making a brick wall.
But a half demolished brick building is still going to show interior lumber support.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to age it. Some of it I'm going to burn. You know, give it that burnt look.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense unless it was on fire.
Oh, true. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like you don't want to.
I got to think a little bit more on that.
Yeah, so don't burn it. But what I would do is, what you could do is like
rot it.
If you got not a weathered, but if you got a laser cut brick sheet, you could take your X-Acto blade and pick at the bricks on the edge and make it look like they're crumbling more on the edges.
Here's a neat little trick. Here's a neat little tip that I picked up. I asked Doug Fiscali because I'm doing this tank thing. I'm doing this tank model. That's coming up. I'm going to work on that a little this weekend too for the first time. However, I was asking him on his dioramas how he got some of that busted up brick. He said, well, you can go out and buy it commercially. He said, now you got to keep in mind, this is 1/35th scale, but I think it still applies. So he gave me a great idea. He said, you can also take like a small clay pot you can buy cheap, you know, and just smash the shit out of that thing with a hammer and into little tiny pieces, little itty bitty tiny pieces for HO scale. And now you've got that brick, real color brick dust and, or even little tiny rubble, you know, brick rubble.
Yeah.
And you can lay it around in piles and stuff. I think it'd be great. And it'll even produce a little dust out of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's something I'd like to try. But that was a great idea. I never thought about that. I'm going to put some busted brick in my World War II diorama.
You didn't even really talk about that yet.
A clay pot, like a planter's pot. You know, just a small one. You can get those real tiny ones. Just bust them all up with a hammer and, you know, crunch it down and grind it a little bit, and you get all kinds of wacky different sizes.
Can we talk about that?
And, yeah, well, sure.
No, I don't know if everyone knows that you're doing a World War II diorama.
I am. I ordered a diorama from Foscale Models, the Kino Theater. You can see it on his website. It's foscalemodels.com, and you go there to his 1/35th section, and it has it's like a military modeling diorama. It's hydrocal cast base, and it's a diorama base. And then you get the hydrocal cast thing. You got to paint it all, and you got to, you know, you've got to make it look like that,
right?
Know? And it's got the walls, and they're hydrocal, I believe, as well. And it's got some of the other stuff in it, some scale lumber and things like that. You have to, you know, to build in different places, and and then you paint it all up. And then I bought that, and I bought a tank model from Tamiya, I guess they call it. And it is the Easy 8, Sherman Easy 8 tank from Tamiya. And it's a 1/35th scale tank. And I'm going to do it. It's the same one that they used in the movie Fury with Brad Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
In that movie. It was a great movie, by the way. And, it's the same movie that it's the same tank that was based off of. It's apparently, I've never done a tank. So I kind of did some research to find out which ones are a more popular one. It's a quality model to build, but not so hard that it's not terribly, terribly difficult. You know, I didn't want to make my first one something, it's maybe out of my league to get started on, you know?
Right.
So So I did order that tank, and I'm going to start working with that this weekend a little bit. And then I will, when I'm done with that, then I'll build the diorama base, and I'm going to put the tank on it. And no, it's not going on our layout. It's too big. But, it's going to be a display piece.
No, but it'll be a fun thing for you to do.
On the shelf above my desk or something along that lines. Or take it to work and put it on my shelf in my office.
That'd be cool. Those guys would love that.
Yeah. So that'd be...
I should build something for my desk at work.
Yeah, I thought that. It would be kind of cool. So, like I said, I want to try my hand at it. I might suck at it. I don't know. I mean, but I want to try it. I want to take that step to a higher... not a higher level, but a bigger scale. I want to try a bigger scale, something bigger.
Well, and we talked about that with Jason. It'll be nice when you come back to the smaller scale, because everything will seem different when you come back.
Right. And I know you people are out there that you're diehards on Model Railroad only, while you're sitting there right now shivering and cringing and whatever and rolling your eyes. But
well, none of our listeners are doing that.
Yeah. So it's yeah, right. So
no, but I mean, like they get it. They understand that you're building something different.
Yeah. No, our diehards, they all get it. So, but it's just this is what I'm going to do. I want to expand myself as far as my techniques and grow my skills. And if I can learn to detail paint better or learn some new techniques and tricks and stuff from the military modelers, and maybe able to apply some of that stuff to my model railroading as well. So that's my idea.
Yeah, I love it.
So that's cool. Like I said, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that turns out for you and what that ends up looking like.
Right. Yeah.
So. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch over to the Christmas theme here. So everyone's probably got some stuff on their wish list.
Tree up. You got your tree up.
I got my tree up
with the girls.
Yep, we did that. The Thanksgiving weekend after Thanksgiving, as always. So it's up for a damn month. You know what's nice? You know what's really nice? You know what's really nice? You know what the best part about that is? When
taking it down.
This is gonna sound really bad. Yeah, kind of. You know what the best part is? When you do take it down, you're like, oh my god, look at all this room I have. Look at all this room I have.
Isn't that wonderful?
So
cool.
I found all this room in my house again. And then my wife fills it with something else.
Yeah, or they make you rearrange the furniture in the living room, and you're like, oh man. So now I got to do all this rearranging.
We just got so much room back
because you know why? Because they see it too. They
got to fill it with something.
They see the extra room and they're like, oh, why don't we try this? So now instead of watching bowl games,
no. I have a rule with this.
Oh, me too. You know my rule. You learned it from me.
Yeah, you don't mess with me and don't mess with football games on New Year's Day.
So that's right. That's why a tree comes down on the 28th.
It comes down the
tree comes down on the 28th. I know it's only 3 days after Christmas. I know you.
I usually do.
That's way too early.
I usually do like the 30th.
28th, and then that gets me ready for all the bowls, so I can watch the bowls. I don't have to sit there and worry about wrapping up Christmas presents, Christmas decorations and crap like that. And
mine's usually down by the day before New Year's.
Right.
But yeah, no, I agree. It's like I just want to watch my damn football. Please don't bug me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love Christmas. I'm really into it this year for some reason. I don't know why, and it's a really messed up, goofy year. But I'm excited about Christmas. I don't know why. We're probably not going to spend it in a normal way.
Yeah, it'll be different. But we'll make it
it'll
work.
Be different. And like I said, it's
I'm excited because it'll be.
I've been pumped up this year for it. But when it's over, got news for you. On 26, Christmas is over, and it's time to move on with life. That's how I feel. You know,
right?
All the other holidays are over on that day. At the end of that day, that holiday's over. Easter's over on Easter. You know, Halloween's over on Halloween. Valentine's Day's over on Valentine's Day. Why isn't Christmas over on Christmas? Christmas is over on Christmas. That's it. When it's done, right?
Yes.
You people wanted a rant. There's your rant this week, you know? But anyways, back to Christmas. I'm not a Grinch. I'm not a bah humbug.
No, I know. I get it. But, so let's talk about some things that you want. Or, like, what's a wish list thing you want for Christmas?
Wow. That's funny you ask.
I've got one. I'll let you go first.
List. It's in my lunchbox. I have to run out to the kitchen and grab it quick. Hold on.
I'll pause.
Okay. I got my list. I made a list while I was at work.
Did you check it twice?
I did.
Ooh. Okay.
So, I wrote it a couple weeks ago. And these are some weird things.
Ooh, I can't wait.
They're plastic.
Mine's a plastic one. Oh, man. Okay. I hope we pick this. If we pick the same thing, that'll be weird as shit.
Well, I was looking at some... I know in the past we've kind of shied away from DPMs.
Oh man. You're going deep on this.
So I saw the DPM. It's the Stone Bakery.
What's
the
that
corner
one?
department store.
Oh, yeah. Wait, DPM Stone Bakery. I want to look at it.
Yeah.
All right, Stone Bakery. Okay, that's got that little jut out.
Yeah.
That's a cool building.
And I like that one, and I like the corner department store.
We need more of those kinds of buildings too.
I know.
Corner department store. Oh, that's got that. That's a cool building. It's got that that round roof steeple thing on the corner.
Right.
What's the other one?
They have another one called Belvedere Theater and Bar. One thing we don't have is a theater on our
Belvedere
layout.
Theater and Bar.
Yeah, we do not have a theater. I've got to thinking about that.
Oh yeah, that's okay. That's a cool one. Mm-hmm. You know what theater I liked? I don't know who made it, but I built it when I was younger.
Yeah.
It was a Tyco kit. Holy shit. The Lowe's Theater.
Oh, yeah. I used to have that on my old layout years ago.
All right. You guys are going to laugh at me because it's a Tyco kit, and we're kind of...
Yeah.
It kind of goes against everything that we would always do. But that's an awesome little Tyco kit. I'm not going to lie.
There's another one I wrote down WS. I don't know what brand that is now. Woodland Scenics. Victorian storefront. Check that out.
Victorian storefront from Woodland Scenics?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just wrote W.S. So I'm guessing it's Woodland Scenics. I can't remember. It's been a couple weeks now.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So that was kind of neat. And then try Bachmann Spectrum series.
That's a badass. Oh, wait. Let's get on the same page because I have a Spectrum series building on my list.
Okay. Did you like the Victorian storefront?
Yeah, that's a cool one. What's this?
Yeah.
All right, so I got the Bachmann Spectrum page up here.
Okay.
What's the one you want? Because I'll tell you which one I want.
I think it's the Metropolitan Department Store.
Oh, that's not the one I want. Yeah, that's not the one I want.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not Metropolitan Building?
Maybe it's a Metropolitan Building.
Is
there another company called City Scenes? City Scenes.
Yeah, it's Bachmann HO Scale City Scenes Metropolitan Building.
Oh, okay, Metropolitan Building then. Okay, well then that's fine. But that's the one I want.
Is it really tall?
Yeah, I can't remember now. I have to go look them up. It's been a while. I was like searching through
the one that
eBay actually.
That's what I'm looking. The one that I want, it's on my watch list on eBay, is the Bachmann Spectrum Ambassador Hotel.
Oh, okay.
It's got like almost like it's kind of like an H-shaped building.
Nice.
I built it when I was younger, and I want it. I want it bad.
Well, Walther's Cornerstone makes one called...
It's funny we're talking about all these kits we've been talking about are plastic kits.
Yeah. It's the Agassi Booksellers.
Huh.
I can't... AIGOSY Booksellers. And and then it says, and then there's a couple. Any of the models by Lund Studios. You ever see Lund Studios?
Yes, I've seen
models?
them.
Oh, they're sick. So
those Bachmann Spectrum City Scenes buildings are pretty awesome. I know the one that I built the radio station with is the City Scenes.
Yeah,
they cover. They're just so big. You know what I mean? I feel like Sir Mix a lot when I see them. Like, not Baby Got Back, but it'd be like, yo, Baby Got a Height. Something like that.
Room?
Baby Got Room. So many bricks I'm staring. Look at all that.
Like I said, we need some brick structures. Not get me wrong. There's some laser cut wood brick structures.
Rhonda ain't got none if they don't have 10,000 windows, son. I'm hooked on the bricks and staring.
Don't quit it.
Oh man.
But yeah, we need some brick structures that are taller. I need some bigger brick
We need
structures.
vertical real estate now.
Right. We need to go vertically with some of this. And in the center of our town, we talked about
the
this.
thing that I was going to do...
And not just in the center. We need some, even the smaller bricks, like I said about the DPMs. I want to intermix some of them with the wooden ones.
Yeah.
And, because we need to add some of that as well. And I used to kind of thumb my nose at that stuff, but we're to the point now, skill-wise, I think, where we can get those things painted up and looking pretty damn nice. So I think we're going to do that. And but those are some of those that I liked.
Yeah. So I have the Bachmann Spectrum City Scenes Ambassador Hotel. That's on my wish list.
That's a cool one.
And the other one, oh man, I'm going to have to find it real quick. I have it in my favorites. Let me go there real quick. Do. Come on now. That one is like a wish list, big time. Is the Walther's Ashmore Hotel. That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen it? Are you looking it up?
No, I'm looking up something else right now for you.
Oh. What?
There we go. I'm looking at the Ambassador. I just wanted to get a look at it. Oh, man.
The Spectrum series.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah. That's
a cool one.
I did that building when I was younger. But I want to do it again. The other one I want to get is the Ashmore Hotel, and I know they're both hotels, but we don't have to make it into a hotel. We could just...
You don't have to buy the Ashmore. I already have the Ashmore Hotel sitting right here.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
remember I bought it a while ago and haven't built it. You want to build it? I got it. I'll bring it down.
That thing's a beast.
Yeah.
Here I found I found a dude on Pinterest here, but just on image search. He bought 2 Ashmore hotels and he stacked them.
Oh God.
It's like a Frank Varga build.
Yeah.
PJ's Train Shack.
Here.
This guy built, holy cow, 1, 2, 3, 4 Ashmore hotels.
Yeah.
That's obscene. That's not right.
Yeah. That's insane.
That's just a cool. Anyways, yeah. So my wish list is, and I wouldn't.
You want to build that Ashmore? I got it here.
Well, if you don't mind.
No.
I did the other Bachmann City Scenes one pretty quick. Those plastic kits are awesome because you can do them quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that one. No rush. I mean, it's not like I'm at a shortage of stuff to build.
You got 100 kits down there in your basement, but yeah. So now, so what else? You know what? Christmas wish list. We talking about a wish list. I don't know if I'll get one or whatever. I don't think I will right now, but if I was gonna get something that I'd like to have, I'd probably like. There's a couple big ones that are out there that I would like to build. And one of them obviously is. I've talked about it before. Is the red light district from Fosco models?
Yeah,
that set. I've always liked it. Now I don't know where it would fit in with our. I just love it. It's seedy. It's got burlesque and X-rated theaters and stuff like that. It's just a cool thing to try and build. It'd be probably more. I don't know if it would fit into our city, but it would look great as a diorama as well. And it's just something I've always wanted to try and build. So that's one. Any big ones that you've seen that you like?
Of Craftsman kits?
Yeah, man.
Dude, I don't need any. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know.
You don't need any more. I understand that.
We gotta figure out what we can fit in here now.
Yeah, well, some of it isn't gonna always go. Everything I want and build or buy isn't necessarily just gonna go in the layout. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some diorama stuff that I'm gonna do and make separately that doesn't necessarily fit with our town. I like to try and build. And nothing wrong with that, but, you know, I like to try and do some of that stuff. Yeah, you know, anyhow. Some of the kits I like South River Model Works, the Red Box kits.
Yeah.
There's probably 6 or 7 or more of those that I'd like to have. You know, of course, there's the Foss Landing from Sierra West. I would like to try and build that. These are like, you know, dream kits. You always wanted to try and build it, and you do it. Now, actually, Carolina Craftsman Kits has the other landing. That's Nickerson's Landing, and I've always thought about stepping into one of those. You know, and he's got some other new ones out that are pretty cool too. So yeah, right now my shopping list is pretty hefty. Like I said, it's not like we definitely don't have a lot of room for all that stuff on there. You know, a lot of those bigger ones, there's probably no way.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean I don't want to build it and put it on my own diorama of some sort and display it somewhere in my own home. You know? But I don't want to let space be my only limitation. You know, I want to make it, you know, there's other ways you can display your modeling without having to have an actual layout. So, you know, and actually our layout is now becoming a diorama in its own.
Yeah, right.
So,
yeah.
So what about you? Any special particular kits that you like?
Well, I already said that. We already went through this whole thing.
Besides that, okay. Besides the plastic ones.
Well, no, I already said I want to get through the Craftsman kits I have before I even start looking.
Okay. All right. Well, I get you. Yeah. Well, what about like anything else for Christmas you were talking about?
You know what I want for Christmas? You can't even buy this.
What?
I want one day where I can just take off work, take the kids to daycare, my wife goes to work, and I can spend the entire damn day in the basement. That's what I want for Christmas.
That would be awesome.
That's all I want for Christmas. Awesome. You don't have to buy me a single damn thing.
It's harder for me to grasp that now because I'm older and don't have you at the house as a little one anymore. I just
want a day. I just want a day where I'm like,
yeah. I do get those days now, so I
can come home and
I can appreciate it.
I'll even take the kids in. I'll take the kids into their daycare that day, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'll just come home at like 9, and I have the whole day, quiet house, and I can just go in the basement and work all day, and then go pick the kids up after school. That'd be that's all I want for Christmas. That's all I want for Christmas. Don't buy me anything. Just give me a day by myself. Oh, not in a bad way, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but like.
No.
I would kill to have an 8 or 10 hour day down here to just
uninterrupted
to just work the whole day.
Yeah.
I probably won't get anything done. I'll probably just look at all my stuff in the boxes, but it'd be awesome.
Right. It'd be your day. You own it. You know? Yeah.
I'll throw the TV on in the basement, watch some football over New Year's or whatever. I'll watch something on some shitty daytime TV and whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just working in the basement.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. There's a whole host of things I'd like to probably get from like Micro Mart catalog, tool wise, that kind of thing. That's always a good place to go and treat yourself to something nice. I've even recently thought about dabbling into an airbrush at some point. I know we talked about that, and there's people out there laughing, going, "You'll never get one. You keep saying that." But a decent airbrush with a decent compressor, and then maybe one of those little small. They offer a special kit on Michael Mark. It has the whole works. It's a package. It's like $250, whatever.
Right.
But it has a paint booth and the whole works. To get you started. And I've actually considered that, to be honest with you. So
that'd be cool.
I don't know. I have this one corner, this one side table, and I could set it up on there and do some work on it. I don't know. So, but just an idea. That's just something that I always thought might be kind of cool to have. But Christmas things like that we always have Christmas wish lists, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's all I want is a couple Bachmann Spectrum buildings or whatever, and then a day to work by myself.
Yeah. That's cool.
Sweet. So let's wrap up the old-fashioned way and talk about what you've been listening to at your workbench.
Oh, well.
I'll tell you what I was listening to.
Pull it up.
I was all over the place. What's that?
Let me pull up mine.
You ever heard of the band?
Go ahead.
You ever heard of the band Dinosaur Pileup?
Yeah. I have a couple of their songs on a playlist.
I was listening to them today. Pretty much, all week. I introduced my...
1111. That's a good song.
1111's good. A thrash metal cassette is a good song.
Uh-huh.
I love them. I introduced the kids I work with here. I call them kids because they're all like in their early 20s. And I was like, guys, today was my day for music. So every day we rotate who gets to play the music in the office. And today was my day to play music. So I played some Dinosaur Pileup for them.
Yeah, cool.
And I don't think they liked it, but whatever. It was my day for music. So, but no, it was all good. And they're a good band because it's not like they're not swearing every other word. It's
yeah.
It's not all. I don't know if I've ever heard a swear word from their songs, but it's just good. It's good weird heavy. It's good heavy thrash metal, but it's not vulgar. You know what I mean? So
no.
I've been into them lately, and then I was listening to a bunch of Mac Miller. He's like a rapper. He's not. He passed away, but I was listening to him quite a bit. So what about you? What are you listening to?
Well, you said Miller, but I was listening to Roger Miller last night.
Oh!
Old Roger Miller tunes. Yeah, he got some funny folk artists. It's this folky kind of music, And
damn me. Damn me.
Yeah,
Y'all take a rope and hang me higher from the highest tree.
It's like a cross between old day Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, but he was 30
years before him.
He was
John
John Denver.
More like Johnny Cash and Weird Al mixed together.
Yeah,
kind of like that.
And he was Roger Miller's songs are just family friendly.
No, they're not.
I'm kidding, Dad. I'm kidding.
Drinking and smoking and catching a drink.
No, I was trying to elicit a reaction from you.
Harry Connick Jr. Christmas songs. I was listening to some of that, and
did you know there's a DMX? There's a DMX Christmas.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I'm sorry. Although I sat and listened to Cypress Hill for an hour this weekend. So yeah.
Anyways,
that's what I had on my listening.
Well,
so yeah,
cool.
That's it.
Well, hey guys, we will be on next week. Thanks for listening to us. I don't know. This is a weird. I mean, it was a good episode.
Yeah, the Hot Pods week.
But we kind of talked about everything tonight. We will be on next week. We will do one more episode. We'll try to make it a little bit longer next week because we know we're going to hold you guys over for 2 weeks through the holidays. But I think continuing forward next year for Christmas too, like 2021, we're going to still take a 2-week break at Christmas time going forward.
Yeah.
We're doing long-term plan that we will still have a podcast next year. The podcast isn't going anywhere, but we are going. I know there's some other podcasts and some other YouTube channels I follow that take breaks over the holidays.
Yeah.
We're just going to take a short break over the holidays, 2 weeks, regroup, come back on the New Year's, and come back with some kick-ass guests, some more new
I'm
content.
still going to see your ugly face over Christmas.
Unfortunately, we'll still see each other. But I think it'll be good. We're going to kind of recollect ourselves, regroup over those 2 weeks. Maybe we'll plan out some new fun things. It'll give us a chance to kind of catch our breath and enjoy some time with our families over the holiday break.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you guys will hear from us. We won't hear from you next week, and we'll do something fun for the holidays, holiday themed episode again. But that's it. I think we're gonna call it a wrap tonight.
Sounds good.
All right, guys.
Y'all, peace out.
Later.